FM and Francesca Battistelli. Good morning, 728, and we are going to find out what's going on in our local schools. Kirk Collier is in this morning, kind of filling in for our superintendent, Rick Surrency, and we appreciate you coming in this morning to let us know what's going on in our schools and kind of give us an update. Of course, parents and teachers and kids just getting back to school this morning after spring break.
Yeah, they've got what, I like to call the spring break hangover probably today, getting used to getting up again early and back in the routine. But like you said earlier, it's a short week, so hopefully that'll make the transition a little smoother.
Yes.
And I want to make sure that the people that are viewing this later today, the edited videotaped version or videoed version of it on putnamschools.org, make sure that I am not Rick Surrency. No, Rick has not gone on an eating binge. This is Kirk Collier, spokesman for the school district. So.
Well, we appreciate you filling in for him this morning. And we've got a few things that we've talked about a couple weeks ago that I know you wanted to follow up on. Something really exciting that's going to be coming soon called a magnet school. But what in the world is a magnet school?
Well, a magnet school is a school that, in addition to offering the normal or regular curriculum for those grade levels at that school, also offers specialized opportunities for the interests of the kids. For instance, you've heard different areas in more urban areas. You might have a performing arts school. You might have a school for welding or metal fabrication, industrial specialization. You might have a school for people or students that want to go into the science field. And what we are doing is we're going to have Putnam County's first ever magnet school, which will be at Mosley Elementary starting next year. And what it is going to be an avid academy for career and college readiness.
So even elementary school students, you're putting them on that track for career and college readiness.
And yes, and a lot of people question that, and the cool thing about this at the elementary school level is that we are going to primarily be exposing the students to different careers that they might be interested in through field trips to, we have the hospital out here. If they're interested in a career in medicine or maybe, even biochemistry, things like that, to go to the hospital for a field trip. We have Georgia Pacific if they're interested in manufacturing, if they're looking for a career in an industrialized area like welding or metal fabrication. We have St. Johns River Water Management District. They need marine biologists. They need specialized information.
Do third graders know that yet?
Well, this will let them know, and a lot of them do. A lot of them see these careers on television. You have to realize these students now are so keyed into the world through the media, through social media, and through the internet. And they may have, they may see people on television and shows and things that are a scientist or, things like that. But the main thing at the elementary level is to get them to start thinking, hey, why am I here? Why am I learning this? Why do I go to school every day? And we want to show them what the end game is, the end result. And that is a career that hopefully, a career or a profession or some type of job that will help them be independent, but they can also enjoy, that they like, and they can explore different careers.
I guess it shouldn't be too surprising to me. I was 9 years old and knew I wanted to be a DJ, and here I am.
There you go, exactly. And I was in elementary school and knew I wanted to be a writer and write, and that's exactly what I do. There's a lot of different formats for that. I didn't know if I wanted to be a TV writer. Did I want to write plays? Did I want to write for the newspaper? And I've done all that in my life, but I did not really. And here's another issue. We also have students that are in high school that are getting ready to graduate that may not know what they want to do, that may have waited too long to say, hey, I want to do this, but by the time you get into high school these days, it's almost too late, for you to prepare for everything you need to be into that college or career track. So and at the elementary level, we're just getting to think about, there's a world outside of my home, fire, rescue, EMTs, those are careers. So we'll get them there, we'll get them to come and interact with the kids and explain to them about the career. And of course, all these places that I mentioned also need people that are administrators, that are business people. The hospital, like me, I'm very queasy. I could not work as a surgeon or in the medical field. I have to close my eyes when I see roadkill on the horizon, which always dismays my passengers. But if a person wants to work in a hospital environment and they are good at math, or they may go into accounting, and that requires some post-secondary education. So it's just to start getting them to think about, hey, what's out there? We got to tell them what's out there before they can decide what they want to do. And if they don't get exposed to what careers are out there, they won't know. And a lot of it is just the fact that they don't realize how many careers are needed right here in Putnam County. And that's part of the goal, is we want students to get a career or prepare for their future to be independent, productive, citizens, contributors to society. But we also want them to maybe stay in Putnam County or get an education in Putnam County and stay and help the community.
So something new and exciting with a magnet school coming right here to Putnam County Schools. Again, we're talking with a spokesperson for the school district, Kirk Collier, and we'll come back and talk with him just a little bit more after this. Chainbreaker from Zach Williams on Hope FM. Good morning, 737, and in the studio this morning, one of the spokespersons for Putnam County Schools, Kirk Collier, in this morning instead of our superintendent, but we are glad that you are coming in to kind of let us know what's going on. We were talking about the plans for a magnet school at Mosley Elementary, and we had a listener ask a question about magnet schools, and they wanted to know, wouldn't Palatka High School be considered a magnet school because of the musical theater department program? Because other kids come from different schools, or maybe even homeschool students, I think, that are taking part in the play.
Well, a couple of things there. One, and I know you're talking about Jim Pignato's program. That's an after-school program. That's not a program that is at Palatka High School. So that is actually an after-school program that one teacher is offering after school. And basically, a magnet school is one that, in addition to offering the regular normal school curriculum that you would get at any school, any grade level school, it offers some specialized areas of interest for the students. And Palatka High School we have career tech, used to be called vocational, but it's career tech classes. They have the welding, they have the business, they have the nursing, allied health classes. So there's a variety there. It's not just for it to be a magnet school, it would be one, have the general curriculum, plus it would only be offering performing arts. That would be the theme or the area of interest that the school would be following. So that's one thing. The purpose, one of the purposes, people think magnet school is, to bring people in from other areas. But one of the main reasons is to give the students a reason for learning, have a purpose for learning. And if the students know that, hey, I want to be a doctor one day, or I want to work in a hospital one day, I'm not going to have to write notes, or I'm going to have to write a report for whatever job I'm in. I need to know how to write a good report. Well, I need to know how to write a good sentence. And then, so that's why we're learning to write a good sentence this week. That's why we're learning about having to read and comprehend this, because I'm going to have to read about new surgical techniques. I'm going to have to read about new ways to use, chemicals to put out fires if I'm going to be a fireman.
So that answers the age-old question of, why do I have to learn algebra, and will I really ever have to use it after I graduate high school?
Exactly.
That was always my issue.
Exactly. So
so now that we know a little bit more about magnet schools, I want to go back to talking about Palatka High School, because the musical theater department does have a huge production in the works right now. In fact, some of the students came by yesterday to record a commercial for the play that's coming up, and I'm sure you'd like to let our listeners know about it.
Definitely. Les Miserables, or Les Mis as it's known to its friends, is coming May 4th through the 14th. Jim Pignato's programs are legendary throughout the community, and I was thinking last night, I hope we don't put too much pressure on Mr. P, because we just, he is on the mountaintop and he got there himself, but we absolutely, he tops himself every time. You come to every show, like, how can they outdo Mary Poppins? How can they outdo Titanic? How can they outdo Thoroughly Modern Millie? And then they come and he's always added something that you just think, wow, that was the best show ever. Every show he does, you think that was the best show ever.
And are those really high school students?
Thank you.
They're amazing.
Thank you. I had relatives come in from Atlanta to watch Mary Poppins last year, and their jaws were just open the whole time. They could not get over it.
Yeah, so that's really a gift. It's not just the musical theater department thing. He has a gift of bringing out the best in his students, and that's something that a lot of teachers have, and gives us great appreciation for what they do on an everyday basis. And that's one of the reasons why we love bringing you in to talk about what's going on in our school district, so people in the community that maybe they're not directly related to a school through having kids in classes or teachers in their family, but we can all as a community come together and support what's going on in our school district.
Yeah, and we appreciate that because we just want to make people aware of all the great things that are happening in our schools. And it doesn't matter what the state says as far as our schools are. You go in any Putnam County school and you will find great things going on. You will find dedicated teachers that go beyond, above and beyond. I mean, we had some from Mosley speak to the board yesterday, and those teachers' hearts are like the Grinch at the end of the Grinch Who Stole Christmas. So their hearts are busting that little frame around it because they care so much about the students and the passion, and they love the community, and they just want to help students grow and be the best that they can be.
And we want to encourage folks to visit your website, because on the Putnam Schools website there's all sorts of information so that parents can know what's going on, people within the community can see what's happening, and there's some really great resources. I love that you have the community resource listing there. There's just all sorts of information. So I want to encourage folks to visit. It's putnamschools.org,
right? And it also links to our Facebook page, our Twitter, our YouTube channel. We have really embraced social media and all the different means of communication in the last couple of years. For those of you that will watch this on video, just remember that the camera does add 150 pounds to you. So Rick looks good on camera. I like I said, and my supervisor here, who was behind the camera taping today, he's told me I have radio looks. So he believes in me being on the radio. So.
Well, Kirk, we appreciate you coming in and letting us know what's going on in the school district. And again, putnamschools.org, so you can find out what's happening in the schools all over our community. We're back into music now with Meredith Andrews on Hope FM.